Greetings, Ani, Bojo, Kwekwe, Tanzi. It's Catherine here at Moonstarlodge in Georgian Bay, which is South Central Ontario in Canada. And I'm here with your weekly tarot and oracle reading with an Indigenous perspective for the week of March 20th to 26th inclusive. And we need to do a little housekeeping about what's going on in the celestial realms, but just so that you know, we are using the decks this week of Katrin Weiss-Stein. So this is the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and I'm using the Oracle of Mystical Moments to clarify. So when we get to that point, you will see those cards. They remind me a bit of spring, and I don't know why, because all the seasons are represented in these cards. So, as I always do my best to bring you the Indigenous celestial, astrological, medicine wheel moments, we start with the fact that this is spring on March 20th at 5:24 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And the very next day is the new moon. And the new moon is the fourth new moon on our medicine wheel. And I'm just grabbing my document here to pull it out and show you. So here we are. And we're moving from winter in the north of the wheel here at this point. And the new moon also begins at the same time that spring happens. So we're moving out of White Buffalo into the time of Eagle. And whereas this is night, seniors moving into their transition to spirit, this is about birth and new beginnings. Obviously, it's spring. So, the fourth moon cycle is Looks Far Woman. And she comes in on March 21st at 1:23 p.m. So, at the very last day of Ways the Truth, the grandmother of the third moon cycle, there's about 20 hours where spring comes in, we move to the end of her cycle, and Looks Far Woman comes in. So let me tell you a little bit about Looks Far Woman, because she's the overarching grandmother, clan mother, it's another term for this particular period. So she is the seer, the oracle, the dreamer, the prophet, the keeper of the golden door and the crack in the universe, the mother of visions, dreams, and psychic impressions, the guardian of the dream time, and the keeper of inner potential. She teaches us how to understand our visions, dreams, feelings, and impressions, how to enter the dream time, go into the other realms, and through the crack in the universe, how to properly use our psychic abilities and gifts of prophecy for humanity, how to use spiritual boundaries, psychic self-defense, and respect those boundaries in others, how to use our inner potential to become healed healers. And finally, she teaches us how to see the truth. So she's the clairvoyant with all those associated gifts. And it's important to know how to look ahead with the rest of this beautiful season and the rest of the year, because of course there are 13 moon cycles. So Looks Far Woman is saying, here's the time to get back into action, because we've had this winter where we're supposed to be hibernating and assessing things. But now we have emergence. And the emergence is a very physical, very tenacious at some, from some perspectives time. So this is an interesting reading that I pulled just at the just before we went to camera. And I'll ask Brian now to go to the cards. So here are the Mystical Moments Tarot, and here is the Oracle of Mystical Moments. Each card above clarifies the one below, but speaks to the rest of the reading. Now, I often don't remember to say, but this is basically a generalized reading for the vast majority of people. And so a lot of the energies that are overarching in the universe do apply to all of us. We all sit under the same sky with the same planets, and we have the same grandmothers and the same lessons to learn. How we each interpret this depends on the choices that we're making. So let's go here and start. So here we have the Chariot, a lovely woman riding this beautiful snail. We often think of the Chariot as a card of great speed and just going full tilt with two beasts, whether they be oxen or sphinxes or horses. Most often they're shown as horses. But her chariot is this beautiful snail. So she is advancing at a good pace, an appropriate pace, and that's a suggestion for all of us. It's clarified here by Mermaid's Love, and this shows a loving couple, very much a watery sign. Obviously, this is an emotional thing. So the emotions are in balance and it's supported. And this is a lovely beginning to this week with spring and fourth moon. It's followed here by the Ace of Swords. So that's an air sign, as you all know, and consequently the Ace talks about the incubating of a new idea. So we're moving slowly and without blinders on here. This snail does not have blinders, into the beginnings of something brand new. It's clarified by the gardener. The gardener tells us that we are planting and sowing seeds. These are beginnings, and we are being patient with it, and we are doing a lot of self-care. And when we are patient, we are not turning around 5 or 6 days after we plant a flower bulb or a seed and dig it up to see if it's growing. It's patience and acceptance of there's a process here, and there is a process to be defined in this new beginning. The Six of Cups, the card of nostalgia. So we're bringing in happy thoughts from the past. And when we are incubating ideas, what we need to be looking at is what made us happy. Did we love art when we were a kid and we gave it up as we got so-called mature? There are things we need to bring in from the past into this incubating new idea. What's interesting is we are going through a transformation. Even though we may be looking at the past, we are going through a transformation that's taking us into the future. This is about self-love, self-awareness, self-respect, and again, this patience as we go through this transformation. Can't force it. Don't have to. It's not necessary. The Knight of Cups is, again, bringing in this emotional quality. The Knight of Cups is about pursuing the heart. And here this lotus flower bound knight is holding a beautiful heart, almost strumming it like a guitar, it looks like. However, holding on and embracing the lotus that she's sitting on suggests that there's a karmic element to this. So the knights are very proactive. They are going after something they've defined as necessary. And that applies to the transformation, and it applies to the gardener here. But the exact card that clarifies, it's interesting that this same red exists in both. This is called the Red Garden, and it's just about lovingness and joy lovingness and joy, and making sure we're looking back at the time where we were the gardener. Now we're enjoying what we've planted. So this is a very clear message from Spirit that these so-called seeds, the metaphorical seeds we are sowing, are bearing fruit that is positive and progressive, not rushed. It's a beautiful journey. We come here to the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is that point after the Ace where we're incubating an idea about the journey. This is about making choices about the journey and where it's going to go. We're still dealing here, the clarifier is treasured memories. And this comes back to the Six of Cups. We're still analyzing the progress of our journey moving forward. You see so many of these faces are looking back. The treasured memories are about bringing what we love. Absolutely must bring what we love. We're not reinventing ourselves. The essence, this Ace of Swords essence, has both the clarity of the intellect but the beauty of the emotion. We are bringing something that perhaps we had in the past. We're bringing it forward into this new dynamism, this new endeavor. So we have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups, along with the Knight of Cups, the Knight is an action card, whereas this is a contemplation card. Dreaming from a different perspective, being artistic with, this is why I mentioned art when I saw this card. This is a co-creative, but looking in new ways at something which is sparking the divine and is emotionally pleasant. It's clarified by new directions. This is lovely, this woman. It's a little bit difficult to see, but she's in an upside down top hat, being carried not by a balloon but by dandelions, and the seeds are moving forward. So it's new directions, new beginnings, and there's a bit of a come what may. These seeds will land where they will, and we are meant to follow that. So the last card in the reading is the Two of Pentacles, and that's a woman standing on a very, very tall building, balancing her in the lemniscate, this is the alpha sign, balancing her Two of Pentacles, standing on one foot. When I see this, I'm reminded that the old meanings, the more Marseille meanings of this card, are about balance and the juggling. She's literally juggling here. We're juggling things, but they're two not necessarily equal things, and some may be something we have to keep at a distance, but we're managing to incorporate everything into this and finding the balance necessary. So there is a balance needing to be struck between what is in the past with the treasured memories and the Six of Cups, and the transformation that we're experiencing as we move forward. This is the Day and Night card, and I'm just going to grab the book because the Day and Night card is the very first card in this deck, and it's about feeling an uncertainty, perhaps a fear, perhaps worries, but it definitely says there's a decision to be made and to follow your instincts. Now I see in this we have the moon, and the moon is all about assessing things that are from our intuition. Sometimes the moon is a warning about illusion and self-deception, but there is no evidence of that in this reading. So you can shift the camera, Brian. So this is an absolutely glorious, dare I say, peaceful reading for the week ahead. I certainly welcome that, having just done taxes and, settling into dreaming with this grandmother of Looks Far Woman, dreaming about classes and teaching others in this time of the medicine wheel about developing their skills with their clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairolfaction, clairalliance, clairgustance, psychokinesis, all of those things. I am dreaming with the wheel right now, and I am looking back at as we strip away, as we get nearer to the retirement years, stripping away the things that no longer serve and bringing back into our lives the things that we love the most. Because life is a journey, and it's a journey right up till the day that we transition into our spirit form. Anyway, there will be a midweek reading up now that Facebook has changed the way they do things. Everything will now be on YouTube, and we'll post links on Facebook and Instagram with the pictures for the respective readings. The midweek reading will be with these same 2 decks, because I like that icing on the cake effect, because every day we make free will choices, and so things change. Anyway, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and then you'll get notifications. Send me a coffee, because heaven only knows I need coffee to deal with these spiritual things. I feel it's sometimes a burden of responsibility. So anyway, have a great week and a wonderful spring. Aho.